Hello again to P6 at Craig Hill Primary School. I'm John, and this is our training tips number 4. I hope that you've been put into practice some of the things I've been talking about over the last 3 weeks, and this is now number 4. And I thought for this one I would call it to set challenges. I think one of the things that I found in running is that it's good to have a motivation to run. I remember reading a magazine once, a running magazine, and it talked about what motivates people to run. And it said that you're either intrinsically motivated or you're externally motivated. Now, to be intrinsically motivated means that it comes from within. And I would say that generally I'm like that. I just love to run. I love to get out there. It's not a problem for me to run. It's something which I really enjoy. And I don't need external things necessarily to run. I'll always run. Or it's said that you are externally motivated. So if you're externally motivated, it means that you will run if you've got a goal. So to run a 5k race, or to lose weight, or to do a certain challenge, you're externally motivated. And the problem is though that if you're externally motivated, once the challenge is gone, you've done the race, you've lost the weight, whatever, then you stop running. But I would say generally that most of us are probably a mixture of those two. And even though as I said, I just love to run, it's something that's part of me and I don't need to have a race. I've recognised that it is important to set challenges. And so I like to have certain key races that I want to do. So for this year, my big race is a race called the Northern Traverse, which is in May. And it's 190 miles. It goes from St Bees in the Lake District in England right across the country to Robin Hood's Bay on the other side of the country. You've got 5 days to do the race. I'm hoping to try and do it in about three and a bit days. It's a continuous race, but there's places where you can sleep along the way. And so that's my motivation. That's my goal for this year. So I'm training for that at the moment. I'm putting in the miles. I'm working out my strategy of food and sleep and etc. And recce in the course. So that's mine. And so I wanted to encourage you in your running to set yourself a goal, to set yourself a challenge. And it talks about with challenges that it's good for them to be SMART, S-M-A-R-T. And basically that means that your challenge needs to be specific. So it's no good saying I just want to be a better runner. It's good to have a goal for that. So it might be that you want to run for 10 minutes, or it might be that you want to run a 5k race and a run, and you want to do it in a particular time. So it's a specific goal that you're aiming for. It needs to be measurable. Again, it's no good saying I want to lose a bit of weight or I want to get fitter. It's good to give it so you can measure that. So for example, if you're saying at the moment you can only run for 5 minutes and you have to stop, your goal is to run for 10 minutes, and that's measurable because you're going to be able to run for that 10 minutes. Or if you want to run a 5k and you're saying, right, my goal is to run it under 25 minutes or under 28 minutes or whatever it is, it's measurable and you can work that out. It needs to be achievable. It's no good saying that you want to run a marathon faster than Mo Farah or someone. You know, it needs to be something that's achievable for you. And that's where I find, when I do races, I like to have goals. I give myself challenges and I like them to be realistic. It's no good trying to run and to say I'm going to run the West Highland Way in 14 hours if I can only do it in 20. You know, it needs to be realistic. Achievable, and it also needs to be realistic. So those two things go together, don't they? It needs to be something which is achievable but also realistic. So I need to set myself a goal which is going to be something which I'm able to do. Maybe it's a challenging one. It's no good if I can already do it. I need to have something which is going to be a challenge as well. And then timely. And that means that there should be a time frame for that. It's no good saying I'm going to do this sometime. It's good to have a time, put a time on it. So say, right, in the next 3 weeks, the next month or whatever, I'm going to try and achieve this. So I would say my next top running tip is to set challenges and to try and make them SMART. Try and make them so that you can accomplish those. And I think if you have a goal and set it, you have a challenge, then it really helps with the motivation to keep going, especially when things get a bit hard. I would love to hear what some of your challenges are, so if you want to get in touch with me, you can do that through your teachers, and I'd be really interested to see what running challenges that you've set yourself.